The comical irony that it takes 3 Hispanics to equal 1 white vote and 5 black people to equal 1 white vote in Texas. But you guys are actively trying to deport documented and undocumented Hispanic people. So but it takes 3 of them and 5 of us.
Okay, so I voted for Trump in 2024, and I am a young Hispanic female. And just over the last 2 months, I just didn't expect all this. It's been a lot, and I didn't think he would just come in and sign over 100 executive orders and start deporting illegals. And I think I'm starting to regret my vote. Like, I didn't vote for this much stuff to happen.
Can somebody on this internet please tell me the Hispanics that was MAGA and y'all was parading through the streets talking about how bad y'all wanted Donald Trump to be our president? Where y'all stand on that now? Y'all still got 10 toes in this country? But the real serious question is, what possessed y'all? Like, what did he tell y'all? What did he say that y'all went, you know what? Trump is for Hispanics. Yep, he's for us. I need you to break that down. I really need y'all to break that down because I'm confused. But then y'all come on the internet and get to crying, talking about how I can't believe we told y'all. So goof.
So I'm sure by now you guys have seen this viral video of a South Florida woman who regrets voting for Trump after her father was arrested by ICE. And the story goes that her father has 6 months to live. He has cancer. They're petitioning ICE to let him get out of the detention facility so he could spend the rest of his days with his family, rightfully so. But I have a lot of questions for Cynthia, the woman who allegedly regrets voting for Trump, because her story just simply doesn't add up. And here's why. If you take a look at Cynthia's TikTok, she has pronouns on her bio. She's 25 years old. Pronouns on your bio, already a red flag for me, but it actually gets a little bit more confusing. I was actually able to find Cynthia's voter registration, and I see that she's registered to the Democratic Party of Florida. Fine with me. She probably is a Democrat who voted for Trump. We know that happened. But really, my questions for Cynthia is, being a 25-year-old U.S. citizen, how come you didn't petition for your father to become a permanent resident, green card holder, and then he could become a citizen? Is it because he has a criminal record? Is it because he wants to be illegal and get paid under the table and not pay taxes? I actually have a lot of questions. You have the ability to do that. This is, once again, a case of lack of accountability by immigrants who could have solved their immigration issues and not be deported.
Oh, there's too much ice. Too much ice. Too much ice. Get that back. There's too much ice. Do not play with me. Do not play with me. There's too much ice. I said light ice.
No, dude, literally, bro, like, I didn't even think he was gonna be this bad, you know? I didn't think he was gonna just deport innocent people, dude. Like, literally, he said he was only gonna go after gang members and, you know, dangerous criminals. How did my parents get here? They crossed the border. What's a tariff? A tariff is like kind of like a tax, but like, we don't pay for that. Don't worry, China's gonna pay for that, in Mexico. Not me though. Not me. Yes, I did see that the stock market was crashing, dude, but you have to understand, like, dude, literally, it gets worse before it gets better. I promise. Like, it gets worse before it gets better. Yeah, you know, I graduated and I wanted to work for the government, dude, but I don't know, like, they took away my offer because Trump's, like, Doge cuts and stuff, and Elon Musk, you know, but it's okay. Maybe I'm not meant to work in the government, you know. Maybe I'll be okay. I'll find another job. You have to understand that tariffs won't really affect us as long as you buy, like, American products, you know. My coffee is from Guatemala. I do get snacks from the Latino grocery store, yes. You know, yeah, that's nothing that I can replace with, you know, chai tea. Oh, chai tea's from India. Cheetos. Cheetos is American.
Whoa. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Danny and I'm gonna be the host for today's show. We've listened to a lot of opinions and especially from people who voted in for MAGA and now they're regretting. Most of them are Hispanic Americans or Latinos. But I just want to give a quick disclaimer. I think two of the clips there seems to be sarcastic and I don't believe that they are Hispanics who regret voting in for MAGA or regretting voting in Donald Trump. Especially clip number 2 and the last clip. Take that with a grain of salt. But the others, I think they give an insight of how people are regretting for voting. And this has been a recurring theme over the year, especially since Donald Trump took power in January 20th. Till September that we are starting today, there are some people still regretting the votes. Why? This is because their promises or the promises that are made during the manifestos of the Donald Trump administration have not been fulfilled. A promise once made should be fulfilled. It's like an obligation, like you need to fulfill that in order for the other person who was promised, or the other party that was promised, to feel satisfied. It dispersed from very many things. We've got the Latino people are promised safe havens in America, safe havens. The issue of deporting Latinos was not even in the cards. That they're supposed to especially deport those people who had criminal records. But it seems like right now ICE does not choose. As long as you've been found in the street and being stereotyped or just being seen as you are Hispanic American or you're Latino, I mean, they put you in a bag and they take you to a detention facility. That is not what the Hispanic Americans or the Latino people voted for, and now they're literally crying in tears, or they're literally shedding their tears. But before we even get into this matter deeper, I want to urge you to listen to more opinions, and then thereafter, I'm going to dissect this matter with you. So stick around and let's go.
So I'm going to hold a moment of silence because his business is shutting down. He says that in 60 days, he's not had one client bring their vehicle to get a detail. No, they're not. They're not, because they're too afraid of leaving their home. Yeah, they're afraid. They're looking over their shoulder because of people like you. Yeah, see? So you want Latinos to be hurt by this administration, but you still want them to come and serve you and help you grow. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm going to hold a moment of silence for you closing your business, sir. Anyway.
So this is for all of my Latinos for Trump, which I will never forgive you for putting this man back in office, especially because your roots, he was never going to pick you. Anyways, so remind me again how you guys were for a person that wanted to get all the people that didn't belong here or came here the wrong way. Why are we trying to fly back white South Africans? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in some white South Africans. If you don't get the message now, like, you guys are probably the type of people that, like, your ex told you that they needed to focus on themselves and you believe them. Like, that's the type of people that I believe you are, because this man was never going to pick you. He was never for you. And the fact that you fell for the BS is beyond me. This was never about getting criminals out. This was about getting people like them back in and back in control. So, like, that whole rhetoric, it was a lie. I don't know if you've noticed, because you guys have been very quiet. I haven't seen a single Latino for Trump come out and, like, defend their stance, because you have no stance. They want us out. We are the target, okay? And you were complicit in getting this man back into power. But it's fine. Like, we'll have a whole therapy session about it. But yeah, it's very clear what they're trying to do. And you know what? Like, you can still, like, make amends, but you have to start standing up. Like, you have to start speaking up. Just like you were so loud to defend this man, like, we need you now to step up and get united with us and back our community up and step up, because it's getting more radical out here. And they're only doing it step by step. They were never going to come out like in, like, you know, Star Wars Death Troopers style. No, they were going to do it piece by piece, and it's getting worse. So we need all the help that we can get, and you guys need to make this right.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist-ass regime. When that lady put in her post, alligators' lives matter, and she mentioned a number, that number being 65 million. Do you know how many Latinos are in the United States? Approximately 65 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Approximately 60+ million people. So guess what? They weren't just talking about the illegal immigrants, because data actually says that there are 10 to about 12 illegal, undocumented folks in the United States. They're talking about you. They're talking about people like us, because we are not exempt from the racism that is rooted in what these people believe in, and frankly, the foundation of this country that was built on the stealing of land from indigenous people by
I think a lot of you guys that voted for Trump and are now regretting it or changed their minds, whatever, a lot of y'all keep defending him because you would much rather act like you didn't do anything wrong instead of owning up to it and saying, you know what, I made a mistake, I messed up, I wasn't doing my research, or I was lied to, I felt blinded, whatever it is. Instead of coming on here and saying that, you would much rather keep defending this man because it's what's going to make you feel less guilty. It's going to make you feel like what you're standing up for is the right thing, when in reality you know that it's not, and you know that you messed up, but you'd rather just continue like nothing is going on because you'd rather turn a blind eye to what's going on rather than have to own up to your shit and say, I made a mistake. Because y'all's pride is up here. It's full. Let go of that pride, let go of the ego, and just admit that you made a mistake, and that's fine. People make mistakes. We're not perfect. I don't think that everybody who voted for Trump is a bad person. I think a lot of people either didn't have the right information, they were ignorant, they were blinded, their belief, whatever. I don't think every person who's voted for Trump is a bad person. I just don't. I don't see everything black and white. Like, I don't just see like, oh, it's either this or that. No, I think there's like in between. The world is a complex place to be in, and we're humans. We're bound to make mistakes. Shit happens. But it's more of like when you know that there's something that's going on and that's not okay, and you decide to just keep quiet, I think that's cowardly. I think you should be able to come and say, you know what, I fucked up and I'm sorry, and just try to be a better person. So if that's you and you used to support Trump or his ways, and now you're scared to come on here and say, oops, let me tell you, it takes a lot of courage. It does. And I would respect somebody that does that so much more than somebody who stands by what they believe in just for the F of it, just because that's what they believed in at some point and they are not willing to change.
To be fair, when literally someone makes mistakes, I think the best call of action is actually owning it and then seeking a solution or seeking help from someone who can help them find a solution. That doesn't happen most of the time. In fact, it's more than 50% or more than 0.5 probability of someone owning their mistakes and seeking solutions, because someone will maybe own the mistake and never find solution. Someone will not own the mistake, seek solution. Someone will own mistake, seek solution, but would not follow the solution. So there's a lot of variables in there. Fair enough. Like it's literally hard for people who voted in for this administration to admit, because even the side that wants them to admit would obviously laugh at them, and that is not what they want. But hey, eventually they have to admit the mistake anyways, because the bed that you make, you obviously have to sleep on. After sleeping on, you have to wake up in the morning and then try to change maybe sheets, change something that is making you uncomfortable. And that rhetoric can be used in this political stance over here. It seems that Latinos are regretting their votes. Yes, that is not a lie, because these people were promised so many things, and it seems like voting in this administration was like walking into Canaan, which was promised to Israelites, but barely any of them made it. Even the most credible leaders didn't make it. Breaking out these items, like, I think first of all we have to look at the issue of racism. Latinos were made to believe that they were somehow white or somehow superior than other races, if you've read in between the lines, and now they are finding out that they are not that what they were told they were. It's really difficult to swallow that, consume that, or live with that fact, and it seems like they are being treated like garbage even despite them having a tremendous support. We've seen the Cubans in Miami, we've seen the Mexicans, we've seen Venezuelans, all of them just supported Trump tremendously. And when Trump got hold of power, they were the ones who the administration literally turned against. And they were warned by the black people, they were warned by the white Americans, telling them there is no way in Trump's first term, these people are the ones who were targeted for deportations. There's no way the second term this person would have really changed. It's like a wolf wearing a sheep's skin and going to where the sheep sleep. But the sheep that are in there know that this is not one of us. But because they are sheep, they just keep quiet. They don't tell each other that let's cast this person out, because anytime, maybe when it goes dark, this wolf will literally eat all of us. They don't. And then when the dark comes and the wolf attacks some of the sheep, in the morning, when the wolf has fled, they do not want to take ownership. They do not want to take accountability that they were the ones who kept quiet. They would have literally spoken and none of this would have happened. And it's the same situation here. Now, going forward, I think these people should acknowledge that they made a mistake and maybe next time vote for someone who has their own interest. So it's going to be an interesting one still to follow up these stories, because there are more and more people coming out to express their regrets, to express how maybe racism is playing a part of their deportation strategy, also the tariff thing, some of the promises that they were made are not being fulfilled for them, how the farmers are being affected, you know, the construction site, which is predominantly the American Hispanic or the Latino community, is affected just because of the Trump policies and the Trump administration and how it's dealing with undocumented migrants. There's a lot to unpack, and I'm gonna follow up this story closely and just to come up with maybe even more ideas as to why the people are regretting and maybe why they are shedding tears and why they did not listen to the black and white community, especially the black community, because they have done this once before and they regretted. So now it's their turn to face these regrets. But anyways, you guys might have a different opinion than mine, and this is the point now that I invite you to do so. Please don't be shy to share your opinions, and if you differ with me, please do so respectfully in the comment section down there below. It will be really insightful. Also, don't forget to go and check the original creators. Their usernames have been embedded in the Stitch videos as always. Go on to their TikToks, follow, like their videos. For this channel, make sure you smash a huge thumbs up button for this video. Consider subscribing, turn on post notifications so that we not miss my next upload. And with that guys, let me meet you in the next one. Danny here, signing out. Peace out.